YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing a video on pull stations, just a special video on them. And I don't do a lot of videos on pull stations because they are effectively just a fancy switch. But today's video is going to be some of the worst pull stations and the dumbest ones. So yeah, let's get started. The first pull stations I have to show are these ones right here. So basically you can see these are all pretty much the exact same pull station in different variations. These ones you just have to take your hand and then pull them out like this, and it releases a button inside. And honestly, I hate these pull stations. Well, I don't hate them as in like I don't like them in my collection, but I feel like if you were to install these in a real building, they could be probably one of the worst pull stations to install in a real building. So a few reasons why that is. First of all, if you literally look at this pull station, you might know how to pull it, but to a random person who's panicking because they just saw a fire, it's pretty complicated, where it's kind of hard to understand because it says pull. Where do you pull? Up here, because it has the two arrows. That's what it's trying to say. But some people might say, how do you pull it? So you pull it up, and then they see the lock. They're like, oh, this pull station is locked. It's not that much of an issue with these because they have little tabs. But on this pull station, which literally just says pull, you pull it inside here, there's this hard spring, and it takes like 36 pounds to activate. So I don't like these pull stations. Pretty much the same deal with this Silent Night one, except this one is especially bad because not only is this a tab style where you pull out, it's basically just a less good version. As you can see here, this little tab thing, it's more flimsy. You can see this entire thing is made of steel, so if you were to pull it, it's just attached at 2 points with those tiny little things. These are not great. Alright, so next up I have this. This is basically a Canadian tab style pull station. Of course, this is a key lock version. It has a key on the front, and technically you are supposed to usually you take a screwdriver to reset it, but honestly, I really don't like these pull stations either. Yeah, I do think that the way they designed the lettering is a lot better because it says pull out, which now it's pretty obvious, oh, you pull this out. But honestly, this thing, it just feels very cheap. You can see if I pull it, it just flexes a lot like that. It's just not great. Pull it. This thing feels like it breaks every single time you pull it. It just feels really cheap, and that's why I don't like this. It's still cool for a collection, though. So I do know I am crapping on these tab style pulls where you pull out, but I want to give an example of a decent one. So right here, this is a FCI MS6. It's effectively just a tab style pull station that's been designed better. So I don't know what it is about this pull station, but it's just so much, I don't know, it's more obvious where you pull. I don't know how so, but I don't know, somehow it just is. You can see you just pull, and this is a pretty well built pull station too. You can see it has a nice metal button inside, so that's pretty cool. So here's our next pull station. This is a Firelight BG10, and of course it's rebranded by Johnson Controls, but originally Firelight is the OEM. Honestly, this pull station is just terrible in so many different ways. The novelty you get from owning it is just incredible, but, well, by novelty I mean how cool it is to have in your collection. This is a pretty awesome pull station for your collection. I mean, it's just really nice. You can see it's crispy when you pull it, but the thing is, when you install these in a real building, they're just really bad. These were actually recalled because of the buttons, and also, little do people know, a lot of people think that these were recalled because they activate too easily. No, they weren't. That's not why they were recalled. They were recalled because of the buttons. So this one actually has a non-recalled button, but the ones that do have a recalled button, they have a metal button, and there's like a seal around them that needs to be replaced or something. And everything about this pull station is just cheap. Like this plastic, it's just, a lot of them even have a screw that screws in. You always over tighten it, and then it just snaps. It's kind of yucky. I mean, I like this pull station, but I really don't think you should install it in a real building. And then we have this. This right here, oh, it fell over, is a infamous pull station. This is a 270 SPO. When people think of pull station, they usually think of this, because, you know, in the movies and stuff. But I think this pull station is really annoying, and literally the only reason I think that is because of the screw on the top. So originally when these were made, the Canadian versions I believe are still pretty nice, but the ones that make their way to the United States are always so trashy. These ones you pull, I think it's really easy to pull, it's obvious, But what I don't like is the screw on the top. So you can see now they use these tamper resistant or whatever you call it. They're like the cheapest things ever. You turn the screwdriver, if it's just a tiny bit off, you will strip the threads almost immediately, and it's just absolutely obnoxious. I think that they could definitely redesign that screw to be a little bit higher quality. How much is that going to cost? But honestly, these pull stations, the screw on the top just really riddles my fiddles. Alright, last but certainly least, we have this Ademco pull station. This is model 529, and basically, not only is this a tab style pull station, where you pull this out, it just says pull for fire, it's not very obvious, and you pull it, and actually there's supposed to be a little disc here made of fiberglass or something. You pull it, it breaks. So not only is this pull station going to break a part of the pull station when you pull it, inside you can see, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with the button and stuff. What I don't like is just the fact that this entire front part is made of plastic. It's really cheap, and honestly, if you want to see an entire video explaining why these aren't good, you can go check out the video by Miniman0404. I'm not going to get into too much detail about why this is bad, but that's pretty much that. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, oh wait, we have one more. And this is my last one. This is not a bad pull station by any means. I think it's alright, but what I don't like about it is the ones with the dual action piece. When you pull it, it just, when you pull it in or push it in, you can see you barely have any room for your thumbs. And then if you don't put oil on, like, the sides of this, after a few years, they get, like, really hard to pull and, like, they jam easily. That's pretty much why I don't like these, but otherwise, these are okay. Thank you for watching.